Welcome to Earworm English channel. Okay, let me be honest with you. It's Sunday morning, and my alarm went off at 9 a.m. But did I wake up? Nope. Not even close. I hit snooze, once, twice, 5 times. Honestly, my alarm probably hates me by now. I was lying in my pajamas, hugging my blanket like it was my soulmate. My pillow. Oh, that thing is the most loyal friend I've ever had. You know, I always say this, my bed is more loyal than my ex. And today, once again, my bed proved me right. Finally, after 30 minutes of fighting with my sleepy eyes, I stretched. You know that big morning stretch? Arms up, mouth open, hair sticking up in all directions. Yeah, I look like a sleepy lion. A lazy lion who doesn't want to hunt, just wants to nap. So here's the thing. Most people, when they wake up, they change into, normal clothes. Jeans, t-shirt, whatever. Me? No. I was having a serious debate with myself. Should I just wear my pajamas all day? I stood in front of my closet for 10 minutes, looking at my clothes like they were all strangers. My pajamas were soft, warm, and calling my name. My jeans? They were basically screaming, "Don't even try it." Guess who won? Pajamas, obviously. So, there I was, messy hair, pajamas, and zero shame. A true Sunday queen. Now, what do you do on a lazy Sunday? You eat snacks. That's like the golden rule. So I opened my cupboard and pulled out a bag of chips. Oh, sweet crispy happiness. I sat on my sofa, wrapped myself in my blanket, and pressed play on some random TV show. And then, tragedy struck. You see, the chips bag was a little too full, and I was a little too clumsy. The bag exploded. Boom. Chips everywhere. On my shirt, on the sofa, even inside my blanket. I just stared at it like, really? Even my snacks betray me now. I started picking chips out of my blanket one by one, eating them like a raccoon. Honestly, it wasn't my proudest moment, but hey, food is food. Don't waste it, right? After the great chip disaster, my stomach was happy, but my brain was like, nap time. So I lay back on the sofa, pulled the blanket up, and closed my eyes. Now, I don't know about you, but my Sunday naps are special. They're not short. They're not healthy. They're like a full-on coma. 1 minute I was watching TV, the next minute I was dreaming about riding a giant potato. Yes, a potato. Don't ask. When I finally woke up, the clock said 2 p.m. 2 p.m. Half my lazy Sunday was already gone. But hey, at least I was well rested, and still in my pajamas, of course. After my nap, I felt like cooking. Yeah, big mistake. I decided to make pancakes. Easy, right? Flour, milk, eggs. Simple. But apparently, my kitchen had other plans. First, I dropped an egg. It splattered on the floor like modern art. Then, I spilled some milk. By the time I actually had batter, my counter looked like a war zone. But I didn't give up. I poured the batter into the pan, and burned the first pancake. Black. Charcoal. Useless. Finally, the second one looked okay. I put it on a plate, drizzled some syrup, took one bite, and said, "Worth it." Lazy Sunday cooking, one disaster, one success, and a very sticky kitchen. After my pancake adventure, I collapsed back on the sofa. Blanket on, phone in hand. And then, you know what happened. The scrolling. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Hours of scrolling. I call it the phone scrolling Olympics. I saw dogs wearing sunglasses, cats dancing, people cooking 5-star meals, and me, lying like a potato in pajamas, covered in crumbs. At one point, I even watched a video about how to be productive on Sundays. I laughed so hard. Productive? On Sunday? Not in this house. My stomach started growling again. Of course. So I went back to the kitchen and grabbed cookies this time. Cookies don't explode like chips, right? Wrong. I opened the packet too hard, and 3 cookies flew across the room. One landed under the sofa, one hit the wall, and one. I still don't know where it went. Maybe it's still hiding. But hey, I still had cookies, and they tasted amazing. Lazy Sundays are basically just naps and snacks, and I'm not even mad about it. Later, I walked past the mirror, and oh boy. What did I see? Messy hair, crumbs on my shirt, syrup stain on my pajama pants. I looked like a disaster. But you know what? I smiled. Because lazy Sundays aren't about looking beautiful. They're about feeling comfortable. Still. I picked up a hairbrush and did a little fix-up. Just so I didn't scare myself. Baby steps. Okay, I made one big mistake. I thought, let's be a responsible adult. Let's do laundry on Sunday. Bad idea. So I took my basket of dirty clothes, shoved everything in the washing machine, and pressed start. Easy, right? Wrong. 30 minutes later, I opened the machine, and boom. My white t-shirt was now pink. A bright, beautiful, shocking pink. Why? Because apparently, I left one red sock in the machine. Just one. And that sock destroyed everything. I stood there holding my pink t-shirt, whispering, fashion statement. Maybe. Honestly, I looked like a walking Valentine's Day disaster. After that laundry heartbreak, I needed comfort. So I jumped back into my sofa kingdom. Blanket? Check. Snacks? Check. Pajamas? Check, asterisk asterisk, and I open Netflix. Now, here's the real problem, choosing what to watch. Do I want action? Comedy? Romance? A documentary about cats? I scrolled for 30 minutes, and guess what I ended up watching? A cooking show. Yeah, me. The girl who burned a pancake earlier. Watching professionals make gourmet meals while I sat there eating leftover cookies. Honestly, it was tragic, but deliciously tragic. Just when I was really enjoying my lazy, cookie-filled Sunday, the doorbell rang. Who even rings my bell on Sunday? I peeked through the door, and it was my neighbor. Panic mode activated. Because remember, messy hair, syrup on pajama pants, crumbs everywhere. I looked like a professional disaster. I opened the door just a little bit and said, hi. My neighbor smiled and said, hey, Monica, I just wanted to return the book you lent me. I said, oh, thanks. You can just put it there. I pointed to the floor like a total weirdo. He left, and I closed the door so fast. Note to self: never open the door on lazy Sundays. Ever. Now let's talk about dinner. The eternal Sunday question: cook or order food? I stared at my fridge. It had eggs, milk, and half a tomato. Not great. Then I stared at my phone, ready to order pizza. My brain was like, be healthy, and my stomach was like, cheese. Guess who won? Yeah, pizza. So I ordered the biggest, cheesiest pizza possible. When it arrived, I opened the box and just smiled. True love. Forget romance, forget dating apps, pizza is my soulmate. But of course, disaster strikes again. As I carried the pizza box to the sofa, I tripped over my own blanket. Smooth, right? The pizza almost flew out of the box. I saved it, but one slice slid off and landed face down on the carpet. I picked it up and stared at it like, do I still eat this? Don't worry, I didn't. But I mourned that slice like it was family. Rest in peace, pizza slice. You were gone too soon. After surviving the pizza tragedy, I sat on my sofa, eating the safe slices. I thought about my Sunday. The naps, the chips explosion, the pink t-shirt, the pizza funeral. Honestly, it was chaos. But it was my kind of chaos. Lazy Sundays are not about being perfect. They're about being human. Messy, sleepy, snack-obsessed humans. And honestly, I wouldn't trade my lazy Sunday for anything. Not even for a perfect productive day. Because at the end of the day, I was comfy, full, and laughing at myself. And that's the best kind of Sunday. So finally, it was midnight. I brushed my teeth, looked at my pink t-shirt again, and laughed. Then I crawled back into bed, hugged my pillow, pulled my blanket up, and whispered, "Good night, Sunday. You were lazy, messy, and kind of embarrassing. But you were mine." And just like that, I fell asleep, dreaming about pizza, pajamas, and maybe a giant potato again. Who knows?